pickup cover for the neck. We're going to give that another oil. We'll probably do that now and get that out of the way. Let's get that another coat of oil, and that way they'll sit and dry while we carry on. So we'll do that quickly. Get that oil in there, and then we're good to go. Good to go with getting those side dots in and finishing that off this neck. Okay, let's grab some rags. I have a little rag here. What is going on? Karen's in the house. Nifty's in the house. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Awesome to see you, actually. Glad you're here. The giveaway is on, young ladies and gentlemen. Let's get cracking with that. The other ferals will probably drop in any time now, and then they'll all be typing away furiously trying to get their tickets. And that's how she goes. So let's put some oil on these guys here and let them dry while we prep that body. The other thing I've got to do, of course, is sand that body, give that another oil, and we'll do that as well. Guy's oiled. Let him dry up. I don't like streakiness, so I just rub that in. We'll give that a light sand anyway, once and get any streaks out of there. We'll polish that up and give that a little bit of a nice glossy satin finish. It's looking good though. It's starting to come together, that little piece of burl. Let's do our little ring as well. Our little pickup ring. Get that Queensland maple, flame Queensland maple, oiled up. Spruced up, as they say. There we go. We'll put those guys aside. We'll let them dry. Lots of good hardware on the way. We've got lots of Cosmo or Cosmic Black tuners, Cosmic Black bridges. You name it, it's all happening. I've got to get some dots now and put some dots in this guy. The bill's nice, mate. I've got actually a cap. I'm going to make a guitar. Not sure if I'm going to make a telly or a Strat, but I want to use. I've got a couple of pieces of burl, Coolabah burl left, and there's enough to make another cap. So I'm going to make another cap for a guitar soon, and probably just make that and advertise that. Either a Strat or a telly. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go with that. Let me grab my little side dots and get some of that happening. Okay. Got to find where we put those little evil baggers. They're in here somewhere. Here we go. We want the little white guys, little baby white guys, and we're going to drill some holes in there with a little 2mm drill bit. We'll grab that little guy. Use that little guy there. Double check, make sure that 2 mil is going to work. Yeah, that's the one. Beautiful. We'll grab a little drill and we'll press those little guys in. First things first, I'm going to mark out just very, very carefully exactly where I want those. Sharpen this little guy. Alrighty, we've got 1, 3, 5, 7. We're only going to start at 3. So I'm going to pop that guy right down there at 3. In the middle and just above join line. 5, 7, 9. And then double on the 12. $15, 17, 19, 21. Is that right? 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 15, 17, 19, 21. Okay. Coolio. Let's put some little dots in there just to help that drill catch right on that spot. We're talking about the little side dots. That's right, Kazamataz. We're talking about the little side dots. Just little white markers to help those that like to reference their neck. See where they're at. People like me who aren't very good. People like Nifty who are great guitarists. They can just rip off solos without even looking. Huh. He's a good man, Nifty. He can play a little bit. You should play more, Nifty. You should post some more clips of you playing your guitars. A couple of tunes. Doesn't go astray. Okay, there's our dots. Double check those. They look good. They're in the right places. That's always a positive and a plus. If they're in the right place, we're doing the right thing. Just drill a little hole. Couple of mil deep. Joe Pags with the raid. Thank you very much, Joe Pags with the raid. What's going on? Good to see you people coming on in. Big shout out for Joe Pags. Exclamation Joe Pags. Mary Todd, can you please give out a big shout out to Joe? Thanks for the followers. Welcome on in, guys and girls. We are putting some dots. Our giveaway is underway. Exclamation points for all the subscribers. That'll tell you how many points. Divide that number by 5. Exclamation ticket, space, and the number of points. Sorry, the number of tickets that that divisible number gives you. So if you've got 5 points, if you type exclamation points and you get 5, that means you can redeem 1 ticket. Exclamation ticket space 1 gives you that 1 ticket. Give that a go. Welcome on in. Tickets. No, Maui Lin. Exclamation points. Find out how many points you have first. Divide that by 5. That's your number of tickets. Exclamation ticket space the number of tickets you want. Okay, so here's an example. I will give you an example. Firstly, a big shout out to Joe Pags. We've got Don Superline. How you doing? Welcome on in. So we've got exclamation points. That'll give me those points. Now, if I want 1 ticket, I just go exclamation ticket space 1. And that should give me 1 ticket. Captain Robinson, Australia. Is that why he sounds funny? Yes, that's exactly why I sound like a crazy sailor, crazy pirate. Arr! Ticket 8. Yeah, look, I'll check the command in case you don't get those tickets. I just enabled it. I might have to go back and tweak it. Just do the exclamation points and see how many points you got. Divide that number by 5. Remember, exclamation ticket won't do anything for you. Okay? You need to put the number as Mary did there, but there might be something wrong with it. It's okay. We've got a month to go before we draw it, so you guys that are subscribed will be able to run that for a month at least. So don't worry too much about it if it's not happening for you. Judy Chapman, thank you for the follow. And welcome on in. Good to see you, Judy. Now, what are we doing? We have got our giveaway, which, let's talk about our giveaway. It's our comic strip Telecaster. So there is our telly. That's Australian Queensland maple. We have got a beautiful Australian red gum, or redwood, I should say. Rosewood. Say it, get it right. Australian rosewood with a bit of oil on there. There's our cartoon characters, Special Elvis, and all the little baby guys in the pond. Willie Won't Go is one of our subscribers. She has a pond with these characters. I've made caricatures of them. A comic strip guitar giveaway. There's our neck. We've got our little comic strip bubbles with their little words in there. And that neck is Canadian flame maple with a ebony, a rose ebony fretboard, and that's signed by me. And that will be the giveaway with vintage Telecaster pickups from Mr. Glyn's in New Zealand, Glyn Evans, the guy that I use, my go-to man for pickups. He is the best in the business, and that guy is going to go to someone very, very lucky who is going to win that giveaway. So giveaway's open to subscribers. Get in there. Spiker, how you doing? Good to see you. And Yellow Eyes, thank you for the sub. Really appreciate you. Welcome on into the family. Guys, make sure you are subscribed and get those points in. So the way you earn points is just hang out in the chat. You get a point for every certain number of minutes that you are in the chat. Exclamation points tells you how many you've got. I've just set up the command. There might be an issue with redeeming those tickets today. Let me work on that over the weekend. I'll test it, and on Monday we should be good to go. So let's keep saving those, and let's keep stocking them up and checking with exclamation points. We're working on the neck. We're putting some side dots in, trying to finish that guy up. Thank you very much. Willie Won't Go, what's going on? Good to see you. Speak of the devil, this is the lady that is, Willie Won't Go in the chat, is responsible for that fish guitar. She's responsible for the whole story. There's our little bubbles there. The little bird, the little Elvis fish is, Special Elvis, his name is. Don't you step on my blue suede fins. And that is what you see on there, him dancing around with the little baby guys going crazy. We're putting some side dots in this, though, because we've got to finish building that little guy. So let's flick over to the bench. I'm just drilling some 2mm holes, just a little bit more than, just under 1/8 of an inch. 3 mils, about 1/8 of an inch. This is 2 mil, just a little bit smaller than that. We're drilling some holes in there. Putting some plastic rods in there and snipping them flush with the fretboard to get those dot markers in. Okay, we're good. So there's our dots. Give that a light scrub like so. Get all that dust off there. We'll grab our little rods. A little bit of super glue. Dab of glue on the end of the rod. We stick the rod in there. We trim it flush, and we're good. We're done with those holes. You can see that grain there. That flame is starting to pop now. We've got just one coat of oil on there. We can see there's a few little tool marks there. We've got to do some more sanding and clean that up. But I thought I'd put the dots in first, get the sanding done, and we'll do that. So don't worry about the ticket command, guys. I'll sort that out over the weekend. But exclamation points will tell you how many points you've got. How you doing, Nick? Good to see you. Judy Chapman, you are welcome. Welcome on in. Guys, great to have you all here. Thank you very much to Joe for that raid again. He's been very good to us lately with his raids. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the extra traffic, and glad that you people are on board. Now, I'm looking for some glue. Where is that super glue? Here it is, right here. A little bit of CA. A We'll drop a dab on here. Just a little tiny bit. Get that guy straight in there. Snip that there, let that cure, and we will pretty much cut that and sand him flush with that that fretboard line there. I do want to show you guys the Super Strat that we finished yesterday, and I might do that after this. While you're all on here, let me just grab that and give you guys a little look. So we've got a guitar that's finished. The Super Strat. Let me show you that little guy. There she is, the Super Strat. We have got some Canadian flame maple on the fretboard, black dots. We've got Australian northern red cedar for the neck. We've got a one-piece camphor laurel, lots and lots of chocolate and caramel rings. One-piece body. Camphor laurel is a noxious weed in Australia. We can cut a lot of this down if we want. We've got a little bit of bunya pine as a cap there. There's the springs you can see for that tremolo system. We've got another cap to cover that. It's got black hardware, wired by Mr. Glyn's. That is a flamed camphor laurel cap that I've bent with some steam to get that bend that shoulder down with that cutaway. We've got a beautiful belly cut on that too, just on this side as well. You can see that guy there. And that's oiled to a satin finish. And that guy is ready to go, ready to rock and roll. She sounds pretty good, and it's one of the ones that we do, and that's the kind of stuff that we do here. So that's what does that allow to happen? Let me have a look. Asked a question yesterday. No, sadly. Usually redeem pags points by each. Yeah, no, I don't think it's allowed to happen. What does that allow to happen? Doggo's attention, awesome. Yes, any questions, guys, pop them in the chat. I'll try and answer them. If I can't answer them, I usually get to it when I review the chat in the replay after in post production, and I do it. And you're in love with it, Leslie. I know you're in love with it. That's why I keep showing it, because I know you can't live without it, and you need to see it every day. That guy's pretty good. She sounds great, and she's good to go. We've got a nut just in there now that I need to trim up. We might do that a little bit later. I had to replace the nut. That's why those wires are there in case, because I'll probably need to unwind that and restring it. But that's her there. So that's the kind of work that we do. And of course, we are getting towards finishing another one now with this little guy here for the giveaway. So we're putting these dots in, gluing these little guys in. The little things you're doing on the neck with the frets. Okay. Sorry. So the little things I'm putting in the neck, these are little white dot markers, and they pretty much line up with where the fret markers are on the neck, which indicate the 3rd fret, the 7th fret, the 5th fret, the 7th fret, 9th, 12th. These are markers that mark areas of the fretboard where a scale begins, a particular scale in a particular range begins and ends. And these side markers are just visual aids for the player as he's playing the neck. He can look down and know, oh, that's my 3rd fret there. Especially in a dark room on a stage where there might not be direct light, or he might need to just double check where his hand position is. So these little markers just help with that. That's what they do. The little plastic rods, we can use mother of pearl or wood or any material. I just use the little white plastic rods. They sand nicely, nice and flush, and they're very, very visible. And that's the key here. I think they need to be visible. The equivalent or their corresponding markers on the neck are abalone shell, of which you have a lot in Hawaii there, Lynn. Beautiful green and blue poa, and that's abalone for anyone that doesn't understand that vernacular. And we've got our little wooden blocks inlaid in there, and I've drawn those bubbles with a little guy talking to us and telling us what it's all about. Of course, that picture is complete on the body, that comic strip or that cartoon. It's okay, Lynn. That's okay. That's what we're here for. Questions are great. You will come away an absolute expert by the time we're finished. Questions are great because it gives me a chance to just think about an answer for you guys, give you guys, and the more I can, I love sharing information, and the more you guys learn, the more you get to understand what it's all about, and it's always a good thing. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is good, and we want to share that where we can. There's no problem sharing knowledge, that's for sure. And we've got some very knowledgeable people here as well. We've got a lot of followers and subscribers that are, Hank Budd, if you haven't followed Hank Budd is a Canadian luthier who's very, very good. Orbiter Guitars, good friend of ours, Greg from San Francisco. He's a technician and a luthier as well. These guys can build and repair guitars, and then they know a lot of knowledge around woods and the mechanical structures and the mathematics of it all and electronics and acoustics. They're very good. And we've got Rage Guitar, and we've got Asus, and there's a whole community on Twitch, the Luthier Uprising, as we call it. And they're a good bunch of people, good bunch of folks, and we're very, very lucky to have everybody join in. And part of it is our communities like yourselves who join us and subscribe to our channels and want to share that knowledge or learn about what we do. And we're happy to share that knowledge, absolutely. Okay, a couple of dots to go. Just bring that right down, get you guys a good look. So you can see them there, how they're lined up. There's 2 there because that's the 12th fret. That marks the end of an octave and the start of the next octave. So there's a double line there. As you can see, there's 2 dots on the neck corresponding as that as well. And we continue with our little plastic rods. Sometimes I use black rods on a white fretboard, obviously to contrast. Sometimes I use white rods on a black fretboard like now, or I can use wooden rods, little kebab skewers, make really good rods, little round skewers, and they're wooden. They're either bamboo or maple, some kind of hardwood, and they make good markers as well. You can use colored dots. I mean, you can use, I've actually seen little guys put LEDs in there so it lights up at night. If you want to be fancy pants. If you want to be a fancy pants, you can even have LEDs there. Of course. If you really want to spend the money, you can put diamonds in there. Not that anyone I know that's done that, but you know what? Power to you, and do your best. Fill your boots, as they say. Okay, we've got those rods done. So those markers are in there. I'm going to let those cure for a little bit, and then I'm going to grab this razor, a scalpel actually. I'm going to go grab a scalpel, fresh blade, and we're going to get that guy, if I can find my scalpel handle. I need a fresh blade to get that guy cut nice and flush. I probably will use this box cutter here that's pretty sharp. It's quite a new blade. I just want to cut those flush. Like that. And we sand the rest. Obnoxious Scott, what is going on? 9 months, Twitch baby. Could have had a baby, and Scotty's in the house. Scotty, how you doing? Good to see you. What's going on, my brother? You are awesome. Welcome on board. Welcome on in, and thank you so much for that resub. Tier 3, you are the best. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your support, and welcome on in. Hope you're having a good time. We've got a giveaway going for our subscribers, so exclamation points will tell you how many points. I'm just in the process of getting the command sorted out. We're not redeeming them for some reason, so what I'm going to do is sort out that command, and we'll be able to then get those points converted to tickets. The giveaway is the special Elvis Koi Carp cartoon or comic strip giveaway. This is it here. We're working on the neck at the moment. We've got the comic strip giveaway there. Maple blocks in this red ebony, and some not mother of pearl, but abalone shell for the other markers. There's a little fishy guy in there. Don't you step on my blue suede fins. And of course, the Queensland maple body with the Australian rosewood cap. And there's the little guys there. There's Elvis, special Elvis, with the weird little guys in the pond. That is from Willie Won't Go's pond. They are all real fish named All their names are on there, and we've made a cartoon character of those guys and a little storyline for a bit of fun. We're going to give that guy away to our subscribers. So get in there. Got to be in there to win it. I am doing very well. Thank you, my mate. I am doing very, very well. Thank you for asking. Just enjoying life. It's winter here, as you can see. I'm a little bit on the cool, a little bit cool. So a little bit of warmth on my aging head always goes a long way. I'm just trimming these little dots